Hi, my name is Chris, and I like to talk about pop culture, and this is the third time I'm filming this video because I was unhappy with the last two times. The last time was okay, but it was longer than I wanted it to be, and I was not looking at the camera the whole time, so here I am. You're gonna get intense eye contact from me. So today we're talking about BTS's MTV Unplugged. You're seeing this on the day that I'm uploading it, and this is unscripted. So, I also, before I even say anything, I want to give a shout out to TikTok because you might be coming here from TikTok because I am going to do a small TikTok on MTV Unplugged, kind of like the little bit of a history of explaining why it's a big deal. So if you're from TikTok, hello. If you're not from TikTok, go follow me on TikTok. Link in the description along with my Twitter. And also like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Share with your friends. We live in a weird time. Just in general, we live in a weird time. But I would argue there are some traditional media performances that you can do as an artist that could make and break you, right? One of those is MTV Unplugged, even though MTV is like a relic of the past because we don't watch music videos like that. Like we have YouTube, we watch music videos on YouTube. And therefore Unplugged is kind of a relic of a past, like a really good Unplugged performance, like the one last night. That could really make or break you. Now, BTS, just to clarify, I'm an ARMY. BTS is already made, and it would take a lot, like a lot to break them. So they could have done a terrible job last night. They would never do a terrible job, but even if they did do a terrible job or if it was received badly, like they would be fine. But even then, like if you have a really good MTV Unplugged performance, like there's the potential for that to go places, right? And to really make you and put your career at a new high, right? Another one, and this is what I'll say is kind of the new MTV Unplugged in execution, NPR Tiny Desk concerts. If you have a really good Tiny Desk concert, that can also really set you apart as an artist. A recent example of a Tiny Desk concert going viral, rapper Chica, her Tiny Desk went viral. That's where I found her from, one of those viral videos. And now I listen to her and I love her, and like, you know what? Like, she's the real deal because she had that great Tiny Desk concert. Megan Thee Stallion also has a really good Tiny Desk. You know who else has a pretty good Tiny Desk? BTS has an amazing Tiny Desk. The last traditional media, like, cornerstone performance that you could do that could make or break you as an artist, SNL. If you have a really good SNL stage, that could set your career off. An example of a really good SNL performance, Adele. Adele's performance on SNL around Rolling in the Deep time, that is what got her to be really big in the US. It was specifically like she did the performance and then I remember this. She did the performance, everyone was talking about the performance, and then suddenly, you know, like Rolling in the Deep goes #1. You know who also has a really good SNL performance? BTS. And BTS's performance of SNL performance was so good. Like I remember the media and articles in the days following the performance, and there was somebody who said that the SNL stage was too small for BTS. And SNL is notorious for being a very, very hard place to stay because the acoustics and the design of the stage are terrible. So for somebody to say, actually, like, you were bigger than this, like, this couldn't contain you, like, that's huge, huge. So I feel the same way about this MTV Unplugged performance in that they did amazing and I wanted more. It was only 32 minutes. I wanted a whole hour. So this Unplugged performance was designed around their B album, which was re-released on Friday, and it was a little bit of a weird re-release, and this video was originally supposed to be about that, but it's not because there was no new single or music video. It was just a straight re-release. So I think there's a couple reasons for that. Most of that probably has to do with Suga recovering from shoulder surgery, and also Grammys coming, and also they're probably getting ready for their next album, so they didn't want to push a single now. Like, if you know you have a single coming, say like April, then why would you push something now, you know? Might as well just wait until April. Was around their B album, and their B album, it was a really good album to base this around because the B album is designed almost to be listened to in a room versus their like Map of the Soul album, which is designed to be listened to in a stadium, which nobody has been able to do yet. Songs they performed, besides their cover, were from B. So they performed Telepathy, Blue and Gray, Life Goes On, and Dynamite, right? Life Goes On and Dynamite are the singles. Really good. Everyone knows Dynamite. Life Goes On is also very good. Grew on me a lot. When this album was originally released and I heard Life Goes On, I was like, that is not the follow-up to Dynamite I thought it was going to be. But now I'm like, I love it. I like it, the song. If I had to pick another single from this album, I would have picked Telepathy. So the fact that they opened with Telepathy, I was like, why? But they're definitely working on something else. Blue and Gray is obviously always beautiful, right? V is my husband, so the highlight of the night, right, which is a little like, it was their cover of Fix You by Coldplay. It was gorgeous. It was really cathartic. I do not know how anyone else can cover that song anymore, or even listen to that song without being like, yeah, but BTS did it better. Let me tell you the story. There's a story behind this song for them that you would know if you are an ARMY and deep, you gotta be deep into the lore. So here's the thing, right? Early 2018, BTS, right? Before any number ones, before Tear came out, because Love Yourself Tear was their first album to go number one in the top 200. Before that, early 2018, they were on the verge of disbanding and breaking up, right? There wasn't going to be BTS anymore. They were very close to deciding, you know what, we're done, we're over it. We don't want to do this anymore. Because there was a lot of pressure on all of them, because they had already gone farther than any other K-pop group had gone before. They're all very kind of upset with each other, with the situation. They're very scared. They don't know what to do. Taehyung, decides to plan a little trip for them. Books out, pays for it. The rumor has it that he pays for it. We think that he paid for it. Books like a little like villa thing, right? With enough beds for all 7 of them to sleep. And plans a trip, and they go on that trip, right? And that's the trip that they decide not to break up and to stay together. And then from there, that's when they take off over here and they get number one, 3 consecutive number ones in the top 211 months. They go top 10 a bunch of times. They get Dynamite number, right? Like, but it was that trip where they decided to commit to this and they took off. So lesson from that, commit. You never know. You never know when you, like, a lot of times when you decide to stop something, you're like a step away from actually like hitting it off. So keep going, right? In 2019, J-Hope posted a video from this trip. Now, I had always perceived this video as being filmed in the morning, but like actually like upon like inspection, it could be at night. It could be in the afternoon. Anyways, J-Hope posted a video from this trip, right? And they're all kind of standing around a grill, like whatever, right? And Fix You is playing in the background. So it very much is like this, that's the song, that was the soundtrack that they decided to stay together to, right? So this song was very important to them. There's that level, right? Like ARMYs know that, so we know that. That part of it, that like that was the soundtrack they decided to stay together on that trip too, is very much reflected in the performance and the form that V is the one that ends the song, right? He's the one that does the outro and that gorgeous deep voice of the guy. I love him so much. He's the one that does the outro, right? He's the one, like, it's because he's like the anchor now. And like also like we could go in, I would talk for hours about the dynamic change after that 2018 trip, but like parts kind of moved around to accommodate what they all needed now, and like now they're like closer than ever. Another special important part of this Fix You cover was the way they chose how to harmonize. The choices to harmonize are very different than they usually choose, right? Usually if you're on a BTS song and somebody needs harmonies, you just say, okay, Jungkook, come on, because Jungkook has this perfect pop voice and can just kind of hit all of these notes. But for this, so the way it was arranged, particularly with the harmonies, you had the 4 vocal line members kind of carrying the melody of the song, and then the harmonies were carried by the rap line members. And so you had like RM and Jin, and then you had RM and Jungkook, and then you had V and Suga, who will do a song together one day. And then you had Jimin and J-Hope, and then you had Jimin and RM, and then you had Jin and Sugar, and then you had V and J-Hope, and you know, like back and forth and around like that, right? Those are not, usually the rap line members don't sing, they rap. And they usually don't harmonize. That was another level of special. And also the performance was just so cathartic. It was just so like, it's like a breath of fresh air, right? And I'm not a Coldplay fan. I know that song means a lot to I'd be making jokes, but like I know that song means a lot to Coldplay and it means a lot to BTS, so I'm not gonna make jokes because it's such a serious song, but like it's such a cathartic performance. It's such a release of emotions. I have seen some criticisms of that cover, and that I've seen some people be like, oh, they look bored. Trust me, they were trying not to cry. Just trust me, they were trying not to cry. Then they end it with Life Goes On and Dynamite. So, and those were obviously good. The Life Goes On performance was very good with the live band, and Dynamite, always good with a live band. So yeah, that is that. BTS is the real deal, right? I knew that. We know that. But there are still going to be people out there that look at the dancing and the K-pop and be like, and stick to their biases. But you know what? If you have a good Tiny Desk and a good Unplugged and a good SNL performance, and you don't watch them, or you watch those 3 performances and you're still not like, oh, this is a subtweet at my father, and you're still like, I don't get it, then there's nothing for you to get. You're either refusing to understand or get it, or there's nothing for you to get. So thank you for watching. My next couple videos, I'm gonna warn you guys now, March is gonna be a very BTS heavy month, not because I think there's gonna be a comeback or anything, but because A, it's my birthday month and I'm allowed to do what I want, and B, Grammys are happening. So I'm probably going to do, I'm maybe going to do an astrology video, like a BTS astrology and a Grammy astrology video, trying to predict yes or no. The first Grammy date was very vague. This Grammy date I haven't looked at a whole lot, but this is what I'll say. This is what I'm going to say. BTS better have a Grammy performance and win that Grammy, or else. So there's that. And then after, I'll do a Grammy review, obviously. And since BTS are going to perform and win the Grammy, we're going to talk about BTS. And then after that, it will be my birthday week. Right, birthday's end of March. I am in Aries. Can you tell? After that will be birthday week, and I want to do a video talking about the narrative. I'm going to make a big playlist, basically. The narrative between Wings, from Wings through Map of the Soul 7, because those narratives that those series create parallel each other, and I think it would be a really interesting way to explore BTS's discography like that, at least those parts of the discography. So thank you for watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe. I have been posting on TikTok pretty consistently. I do one every other. I should really be doing one a day. I do one every other day. We're getting there. The algorithm is weird. I was doing pretty well, and now I'm doing pretty not well. And I'm like, okay, like, why though? Why though? Thank you for watching. I love you. Comment your favorite BTS song. All right. Yep. I will have to go edit this. Okay. All right. Goodbye. I love you. Mwah.